Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to visit my channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing these two books right here. If you are curious about my thoughts and opinions about these two books, please continue watching my video. Both of these books that I will be reviewing are from the Bookcase Club service that I am a member of. The first one by Sandra Brown, this one right here, is my February book, and this one right here by Eric Van Lustbader is from my March Bookcase Club. So let's start off with this one, and I will try to be able to put it back carefully. This one is Seeing Red. Again, it's by Sandra Brown. Both of these books are pretty much reviewed for the same reason. They are both from my thriller case that I had. Again, this was February, this one was from March, and I have recently switched over to the paranormal one. So they're both the same genre. This one I only got in to about page 54, which is the start of chapter 5. I could not get into the plot of this book. It sounds very interesting, and for whatever reason, it has the flashback type of plot where you start off early on at the very beginning in what's going on in the present, but then you get into the later chapters and it flashbacks how it came about to what you first originally read in the first chapter or two. And normally that doesn't bother me, but the way this author writes, it completely just lost my interest. The lead woman, she in a way feels very weak in some ways. Like she needs others to help her accomplish her goals, and she leans on them a lot, but she's in a way stubborn as well. It's kind of an odd mix, if is all I can really say. Again, I'm going to try maybe reread it over summer and see if I can get further in, but right now I just can't follow the plot. It loses my interest, and I am a firm believer in if you can't get into it with the first few chapters, don't try to push yourself because you might end up not like reading later if you're trying to force your way through a book. I mean, it's different if it's a little bit more challenging in words or wording, but there has to be an interest in a book to make you want to read it. And I had no connections to either the main female character or the main male role character. Just no connections to them, no desire to want to know what happens to them, how it came about. So I'm going to try to give it a break. I don't know, again, if it's because I've just read so many back-to-back thrillers, which is not my main preferred type of genre to read, but no. So I would, for me personally, I would probably give it a 1 to 2 star rating, just because it lost my interest so quickly that I can't recommend it at this time. Again, I'm going to try maybe late in summer, maybe in July, to pick it back up after I've had a rest from this genre and see if I can get myself back into it and have a different feel for the book. Okay, so I was a little bit sad because I don't like ever knocking a book, but right now, I just can't recommend it for me at this time period. Okay, so this is this particular book. So mainly it's just the way it is written, the plot format. So again, I don't know if it's just the plot, how it was formulated and written, if that is more, it's not really the word or the vocabulary density or hardness that has turned me off the book. Is more of how the characters have been developed at this point that I read to, that I just could not make that connections to. Okay, on to this one, and as you can tell, Nix has joined us. She's going back and forth. For those of you who haven't seen many of my videos, Nix is my little camera queen. She loves to be a part of videos, and she's also photobombed quite a few of my thumbnail photos as well. So that is Nix, and she's my little drama queen. Anyways, this book, I was so interested in it. The cover itself drew me in, the color scheme, the symbols, all of that. It drew me in visually to this book. Again, this is Any Minute Now by Eric Van Lustbader. Thing with this book, and I, as you can tell, have gotten almost halfway through this book, about quarter to almost half. Again, it's the way the book is written. Okay, there are so many characters that have so many side names and cover names and all sorts of things like that, that it was so difficult that I could not mentally put all of the names to each of the characters. So in one part of the book, they'll use one name, and in a different part of the book, they'll use another name for the same character. And it just mentally, I couldn't keep up with it. It was very difficult to try to stay interested in it because it jumps from so many different points of view. There are so many people who have key roles here, not to mention all of your supporting characters that are in here. Again, it is out of my comfort zone. It's more of a war thriller type book. And when I read the cover, the inserts part of it, I was really intrigued by it. And when I did my unboxing of this one, which I think was the March one, I told you up front, it drew me in. The symbols, the colors, the synopsis of what it's supposed to be about. I was all for it versus the other book that was in the bookcase as well. But it's simply the way it is. There's too much going on that you can't really get enough feel for what is going on. Again, it is a war-based, a lot over in the Middle East where there's war going on over there, a lot of behind the scenes with the alchemists who are creating the wars to help fund themselves, because there are more of a profit-based to keep war going on so they can make money. And it's just so difficult, you know, to follow so many different people. And I pretty much, when I tried to read today, I ended up giving up. Again, not that it is, the word choices are difficult, not any of that. It's just so hard mentally to keep up with everything that's going on. So again, I may give myself a couple months break from this book, try to pick it up again late July, and see if I can muddle it through it. My mind just may be mentally wiped right now, but if I had to give it a star rating, again, it'd be a 1 to 2 stars because of the complexity, that it's so complex with so many things going on. You know, one of the main characters, one of his buddies that is in his special unit, one of his buddies got killed automatically, you know, so that kind of drew me in. And then his other buddy, you know, got hurt within that same mission, but now he's been given this weird drug, and he agreed to work for this one man undercover to try to figure out where the leak was, and then the same man that he agreed to work for then drugged him. It is so involved, but again, just so many names for so many of the different characters that are undercover and doing all these side sneakiness. I couldn't keep up with it. And it may be me. You may be into this type of war type of thing. So you might like it. You might want to pick it up. But I myself, not a favorite of this particular war genre book. Just too complex for me mentally at this time. So again, I would give it a 1 to 2 star rating. Okay, well, I would have put it back over here, but unfortunately, my drama girl is over there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you have read either of these books or any books by these two authors, leave me some comments down below. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye.